What is up guys, Rerolling is here with a new video, and today we have a new event week in Idle Heroes, and it's once again time for one of you guys' favorites. It is the Sacred Awakening session, the one where they buff the rates of A-, A+, S to SSS tier. They say it's 1,500% up, 3,300% for the super high tiers, which really turns out to not that high, still a lot higher than before. 0.0472% chance for S to SS. Comparison, we can quickly check that out here, 0.0015%. So it's not like it's super easy to get it, but it is the highest rate that we can get for getting those copies, and still I would never recommend a low spender or mid spender to actually go for this because it's super expensive. You end up paying, I think, up to 300 USD it is usually, because the guaranteed one is the 150th pull you do with this special resource over here, and you have to buy this through one of those events, through the Glorious Feast, and if you add all of those up, it's usually around 300 USD, should be the same, looks like the same, and that is of course way too much, because for 300 USD you can buy a ton of Starry Gems. I just quickly checked, it's about 40,000 Starry Gems that you can buy for this over on SG Hub if you go through Stripe. So that is absolutely crazy, and would of course allow you to buy any A- that you want, and probably even an A or an A+ version of it without much of a problem. So really not worth it, but still great entertainment. The interesting thing is there's always this event, Special Treasure Selection, that allows you to get 2 of the old festival treasures. You can pull for those basically with those tickets. I said those 2, you can buy a few of these every single time here for contract stories, so we can buy 10 of them, do a quick 10 bomb over here. And the good thing is those can be from the 2023 treasure collection. We'll go over which ones of those are actually good. Festival treasures here, I selected 2 for PvP, which I think are pretty nice, and you're guaranteed the pink one every 50 pulls and the orange one every 30 pulls. You can't switch those within the event, so you have to be sure when you spend on this that those are really the treasures that you want. We'll do a quick 10 bomb. One thing about the UI that I don't like, you can already see we didn't pull the pink one or the orange one because this pity timer here went to 10 and 10. So that kind of always shows you in advance what you would get, and I don't really like that. I don't like that part. So sadly we didn't pull anything, which isn't too bad, but there are some great ones that you can pull. Let's quickly go over a few that you might want to have. So really the ones that I would recommend are in the Festival Treasures 2023. 2023 was crazy and gave you a ton of insane treasures. There were a ton of all damage dealt treasures over here. 4 Transcendence Heroes, 20% over there. We had the camera with 25.5%. And I think, let me check this out, we have 20.3% all damage reduction here for Transcendence. So those pink ones are absolutely insane. The ones that I have on 5-star is this one great. Still in theory speed, nice for PvP as well. But those all damage dealt and all damage reduction ones, those are the ones from the pink ones that you want. The orange ones, however, are even more crazy. This one is the #1 treasure that you should go for on this event. And honestly, an account is way stronger with this treasure at 5-star because it gives you 50% crit damage. And this is something that is not easily acquired within this game. I mean, sources of crit damage, they aren't really available too much. In some game modes you do have other sources, other treasures, but really just having this flat 50% crit damage for Transcendence Heroes is worth so much, and such a huge damage boost that really everybody should have it, and this is the #1 orange treasure that you should go for in this event until you have it 5-star. It's not too easy to get because the last festival treasure chest that they did, where they allowed you to get earlier treasures too, they only went back to 2025, and this is a 2023 treasure. One of the biggest fails from DH Games in my opinion, because this is really a big power thing. And then we have this one, holy damage 50%. So those 2 are absolutely insane, and those 2 I would recommend you max out first. So then next tip, because for the Soul Awakening session we can do the same. We also got a little bit of the Starwish stuff here. Nice, we take it. Then we have this Glorious Feast. We of course can get Sacred Awakening Stone, but I would recommend you don't. Not because, well, obviously the value, but even if you want to spend on this, the first thing you want to do is this. You want to go ahead and you want to buy the first 10 orbs that you can get right here, and then you want to head on over to the Soul Temple. No, that is my profile, not the Soul Temple, and here you want to do your first 10 summons, because the first 10 Soul Awakenings are bound and cannot be traded. And if you get your A- within those first 10 pulls, you won't get another one at the 150th pull. So you want to make sure that within those first 10 pulls, there is no A- before you buy any other pack. That is really, really important. And that's why we are going to do 10 pulls right now. Before I did anything else, you can see I didn't buy any of the packs. And thus we will kind of have to see what we can do. So maybe we start. Do we have copies? I want to go for Mareia. You should go for a hero on those first 10, obviously, that you can use on your own account, because you won't be able to sell it. You can obviously retire it. That is an option. But if you want to keep the copy, you should go for one that you want to use on your account. We only have a B tier here, so if I get like an A-, I don't mind. If I get an S tier, even better. And you will get pretty high rolls, so oftentimes it is worth retiring. So we can, honestly, we should probably not do this and rather go for some of the normal copies. They didn't do the 10 bomb summon in here, sadly. So this takes a little bit of time because you really have to do the 150 summons. I usually do this in a live stream, but today I won't get to that. So I kind of have to do this in a video, but I know you guys like the long videos, so it's not a big problem. Usually it is worth it to go for the first 10 pulls, because those are usually, well, they cost 1,000, they will usually give you back more than that. So that is usually the thing. We got like the second B-, I think this is. I didn't really check how much we got now. You can calculate that yourself, I think, but usually it is worth it. And it's big fun, of course, so pretty good. And if you are a spender anyway, then the first 10 ones, I think are just like, okay, that is a 100% thing that you want to do. First 10 ones, I think, is a 100% thing that you do. If you then continue to spend, that's another question. But I think the first 10 ones are like really good. Okay. So last 2 ones that we need to pull here. Can we show this? You can see, yeah, it says cannot be traded there because they are bound. Bound, I think we lack 1 copy. So we might just want to go back to that Mareia and do one more summon there. That's actually crazy. An E+ in this event is kind of rare. It's 14.4%. If you go below that, it becomes 3.7% for an E-. And 3.7%, you have higher odds of pulling a B tier than an E- in this event, which is pretty crazy. So, now we got this. Bit of a low roll. I definitely had better first 10 bombs. I think the last video that we did, I had really good pulls on the first 10. Let's go right there. We'll take the Mareia and do the last one there so I don't have to get another copy. Let's see what we can get. First 10 ones done. We didn't get the A-, which is good. We pulled an E tier, which is insane. Insanely bad, but yeah, that's the thing. So from now on, they won't be bound anymore. And this is the point where you can start spending. It depends a little bit on what you want to do. There is a bit of strategy to this. Because annoyingly, DH doesn't sell you very good packs for that. What do I mean? So first of all, of course, they have different value in here. You can see there's one in here. It costs 2 USD, this is 3 USD, and there's one in both of this. And obviously we care mostly for this Sacred Awakening Stone. Then the next problem is, I already said, when you get your A-, that uses up your 150th pull. So essentially you get 1 A- from the pity timer. Once you pulled an A- or higher, this pity timer is gone. No matter if you still have extra Sacred Awakening Stones. So if you buy the 45 Sacred Awakening Stone pack, and then on the first pull, you get your A-, well then you have 44 extra pulls that you need to do in this event without, well, really getting another A-. So what you really don't want to do is buy all of those packs at once. I saw some people, they go ahead and they buy all the packs and then they get their A- within like 10 pulls. And then, yeah, it kind of sucks. I usually start with a big one first. I have to kind of stock up on resource now, so we'll do a little cut and then we'll be back with it. Okay, and we are back stocked up on Sonic Solar coupons. Did they scam me again? Oh no, they scammed me again. Oh, bloody hell, DH Games. I bought 300 USD. And it's 200. Oh, God. Yeah, that can happen. Apparently, that can happen. Guess I have to contact support again. So those Xola coupons, you can buy them in the web shop. And quite recently, I had the bug that I buy them and they don't appear in-game. And then you have to write a message to the support. And they are really used to it and send you this. But the problem is, we always have those events on Friday. And when I done with work and obviously have time to do my videos, they are gone. And then it usually takes a little bit, and sometimes there's one of their supporters checking on the weekend. That doesn't seem to be the case always, and then I'm just stuck here with like basically 100 USD pending somehow, which is really bad because next week we have the anniversary, and we made the video, and this oftentimes comes with an event where you get more value for your money, so I don't really want to buy an additional 200 USD. So we have to kind of gamble now. We have to just hope that we just get an early pull on the well, A- or higher. So we're going to buy the 100 USD pack here with the Xola coupons. We're going to get 45 pulls. We're going to get a chest too. And I'd hope for a second. But no, this is from Starbush because we just spent a ton of... we just bought a ton of packs. We should have received that earlier. Did they change the logic here? Oh, wait, no. No, makes sense. Okay, I was confused. We need a few heroes. And I want to go for Mareia. So we have 65 chests here where we can go for Mareia. We probably want to start off with something that's more fitting of what we just pulled in terms of shards. Okay, and let's pull some Mareia copies. 46 of them we have right here. Thing is, I probably don't have enough to do like all 150 pulls. So that's a bit of a thing. Usually you would want to have as many copies of the pulls that you have, or as many copies of the hero that you want to pull, so that you can basically go for, well, they basically go for this hero on every single pull that you do, because that gives you the optimal chance. Every single time you put another hero in there, obviously the chances there that you get an A- or higher for that hero, and it uses up your pull, which kind of would suck. So yeah, we have to see. We can use the Mareia copies in the copy. I can swap them out later. It is not much of a problem. But we can start off with this one. 45 pulls. Maybe we get an early one. Ideally, S tier plus Mareia, because I want to do a video. And she's expensive. God, the S tier at the moment costs like 50k, but I have a few ideas. Maybe we get her a little bit more expensive after the video. We'll see. I don't know yet. We have to check. I didn't get to testing it because my copy is so bad. I got like this B tier. It's obviously not ideal. Not really fitting for my account. But yeah. This, by the way, has so far only given me A- heroes. And only A- heroes on the 150th pull, which is bad, because that means I spent the maximum amount of money every single time to get an A- hero at the end. I think last time I pulled for like LFA or something, because at that moment he was like really expensive. I don't even remember. At one point I pulled for a copy and I know I sold it because I got a better one later, and I pretty much made that back. So it worked out. It worked out. You can make this work. If you get to 149 out of 150, obviously, you have a little bit of a choice. You can then just select whichever hero you want. B+, crazy. This is usually super rare to get a B+ at all. People underestimate it. I want to say something about it while we're at it, because during this event, the odds are like 0.92%, which is pretty bad already. But during a normal event, 0.0745%. And people are like, oh, I didn't get an A-. You're not even likely to get one in 1,000 pulls. That is the craziness of it. And people really underestimate that. Because B+ obviously isn't really the goal. They want A-. But B+ is already rare. Like really, really rare. E tier is also rare in this event. Yeah. I imagine getting like an SSS tier. We're probably going to get... No, that's it. Okay. I was like, imagine getting that, and then we pull this. It's not that bad. Like, it looks bad because of the B+ 5208. But first of all, we got it really early. So we only bought one pack, which is good. So we have spent 100 USD, and we still have like a ton of summons left. So we can do a few more summons, which aren't on the pity timer, but arguably this wasn't on the pity timer as well. So we still have a chance to get an A- or S. We don't have to spend that much because we can just stop now, which is good. And this has a really high roll HP, which I don't mean I like, but you can see it gave the check mark. So now our A- chance is gone. We obviously still have the upgraded chances here, but our A- is gone now. And we have 36 pulls left. We only did 9 pulls. And we could have bought a smaller pack. But like, I wouldn't do that. I would start with the bigger packs actually if you want to go for that. So let's check out the Mareia that we got. Where is she? Am I blind? Those are the bound copies that we got. Awakened here. Can also sort like that. Okay, what do we have here? We got armor control, immunity, crit damage reduction. Not too great, not too bad. 8 more to full progress for max A minus. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Because look at the super high A tier there. So it's like A tier 6,683, starts at 6,300. The speed is fairly high roll. 62 is what you can get there at maximum if it's still A minus. We got 60, so that's good. The B plus attack obviously isn't great. If that was the 6,600, I think we would have way better value. But it's also not too low. It's not horrible. If I see a 5 at the start, I think it's still good. So we can make something happen with that. And nonetheless, we're going to go for the rest of the summons. We're going to go for the rest of the summons. And then I have to write a support ticket at DH Games because they scammed me again for my bloody money. That's like really horrible. So as I don't know. Can we get like a second A minus? Can we get the S tier still, please? I would really like that. I would really like that. I think you can't save those up. I think that was a thing. Oh, we can check that. We can check that. Wait, let me check that. Are they in my back? There we go. Yeah, you can't save those up. Those are like Sacred Awakening Stone 6. And don't look at this mess, by the way. It's horrible. It's a few events that I've missed at the end. Yeah, you can't save those up. We quickly go out of this menu before somebody sees a little bit too much of what I've missed there. That is a graveyard of loot. That is quite horrible. So we don't really want to do that. Let's get a better Mareia copy. I want a better one. But it's good enough. I think it's good enough for what we want to do. I think it will still work. I really want an S tier. Probably going to sell this if I'm honest. Yeah. So I think it still has a good price. Maybe if I make like a nice video, if we get what I saw that could be working, really going, then it could be that we can sell her for a good amount of money. We will see. I don't know yet. I saw some bad things, but I couldn't investigate yet. Getting another B tier there. Okay, take it. B plus even. Okay. I mean, we're getting a good amount of contract story. The good thing is we don't use up contract story to summon with those. So in the end, we end up with a decent chunk of contract story. Obviously, the Mareia copies are gone. Went for like one of the newest heroes, of course. Makes it a bit more tough. If we wanted to go for like an SQH or something, would have been a bit easier. Would have been a bit easier. B tier there, 600 contract story. I take it, ladies and gentlemen. I assume we don't need to bother selling a B or a B plus in the auction house. At least I'm not going to because, well, that's too stressful. I don't care. Maybe we can get something with a little bit more red in it. I take orange too. It is okay. But this video will be over way quicker than I thought. We're still at 20 minutes though, nearly. Okay, and never mind. I can't do short videos in Idle Heroes. It just doesn't work. I yap too much. I told you guys about it. We have to do the summons. We got the early pull already, which is horrible for the retention rate of this video. So maybe I'll just comment, how did you like the S tier or something below, so that the people that see the A- don't quit out of the video. Would be a tactic, we can do that. With like the orange stars on the thumbnail or something. I have no idea yet. It's not that great if you get it at the beginning, obviously. We can cut it out and put it at the end. I don't know. I mean, it's alright. If you want to watch the rest of the polls, I won't change the video. I won't clickbait. I try not to clickbait. A little bit of clickbait is always in there, but try not to do too much. So let's get lucky here. 20 more polls. Still no S tier so far. As I said, the chances for this are really low. You're doing 150 polls in the end. And the last one gives you the odds of an A- stone. If you get to 149 out of 150, next one is like throwing an A- stone, which still doesn't mean you get an S tier or something. It's just I think it's a 98% chance or something like that for you to get an A- from that last pull. And of course a 2% chance for something higher, but obviously that's like pretty low. I'm not sure about the 97% chance, don't quote me on that, but it's something like in that range. So yeah, pretty ridiculous. That was a horrible pull. That was nearly an E minus. Bloody hell. Got a bit confused. With the German letters, actually. Sometimes the German slips through. Sometimes it does. Some people always write in the comment when I kind of like put a German word into a sentence and they say, ah, there you go. Got you. We got you. Yeah, I don't really try to hide that I'm German. I mean, it's pretty obvious. I still get like an occasional, are you Arnold Schwarzenegger comment? Well, it's fine. I can live with it. It's alright. It's alright. I take it as a compliment. It's fine. But I want to get some good pulls here. Not this. This is not good. I want to see some red. At least one more pull where we get something with red. Come on. With the yellow, I always hope it's orange. And I just didn't really see it correctly. Come on. Let's get something good. That's not it. Last 10 pulls. It takes really long. I'm kind of happy that we didn't have to do the 150 pulls with that. Kind of happy that we didn't have to do the 150 pulls with that. Maybe we do a few rerolls also on the Mareia. We can do that because it's new week, obviously. Putting a few rerolls on there. And then we can see. I mean, then when she has Giant Killer, should be kind of big damage, honestly. Should be kind of big damage. You can quickly throw her into Holo Campaign. I have a stage set up there. Rainbow copy. C+ though. Not bad. Not bad for that rainbow. I want to get like an orange stat again. Like, it doesn't have to be an S tier, but like the orange meteor. I want to have an orange meteor. That would be nice. I don't think we're lucky enough for that. Honestly, Sacred Awakening Session is such a great event. Would have been kind of cool to have it even doing anniversary. If they gave a few more copies there, a few more free summons or something, could have been cool. B+ there. That's actually pretty high roll copy. That's a rule breaker copy, actually. Because this stat plus this stat is less than this stat. Usually the higher stat can't be more than the other two stats combined. And if we upgrade this copy now, the game will slowly try to even this out. And will bring us back to that rule, which is actually kind of interesting to see if you get the level up on that. But those copies are kind of good. They are really good. I made a video about this, on how you can make nice tenant copies with those. They are really nice. I made a little bit of Starry Gems with those copies, actually selling them. Because some people really want those high attack stats. And you can craft some really nice copies there. But I think right now the value went down a little bit. But back then this was like pretty cool. Because you can use this method. Get like a few nice sales in there. Bit of risk involved, obviously, if the copy doesn't sell. But made a good amount of Starry from that. Okay. B- with 3 B stats. Usually B- doesn't have 3 B stats. Comes more often with like this 1 C tier. And then it's just like barely B-. Okay, last pull. Okay, B- again. I mean, I don't mind. It's alright. It's alright. We did like it with 1 pack, which is pretty good. We quickly have to buy ourselves some, where is it? Starry Gem more. Quickly have to buy ourselves some hammers here, so that we can do a nice reroll on that Mareia. Let's swap over the copy. We got like this BT here. Kinda sucks. We don't want that. Replace. Not bad. And straight into the Soul Purification for our A-. Giant Killer Defier. If I'm honest. Yeah. Holy Armor Divine Block. It's an upgrade, I guess. Holy Armor, not bad. That is kind of bad block damage reduction. CI Offset in theory is pretty cool because she has the freeze. Giant Killer Holy Armor Precision. I take it. Good enough. Good enough. We got like a little bit of defense in there with the Holy Armor. The Preg is nice if we want to try PvP. Giant Killer for PvE. Not bad at all. What's Soul Power Cap? Let's check out Soul Power Cap. 5,400. Okay, so we have enough Soul Power, I think. I have to scroll down too much. I'm not used to this. 2,626. Okay, let's check out other A-. Higher than our TVB, which was pretty good. Higher than that. Higher than that. Like, I mean, obviously those are now lower, but you do see still a minus 2,177. So like, even though this is like high attack, we have like 500 soul power more on her, which is pretty good. Brings us up to a very nice level. This is higher. This is also 70 speed. Okay, kind of crazy. I have so many A-, I never think about this. That's insane. Morex. Morex, such a cool hero. Is this max roll? How high is this Eilermark, please? Can we check this out for a second? This is crazy. 3 more till full progress. Upgraded him a bit. That's mad. Okay. Void Campaign. Let's go to Hollow Battle. And we have like the second stage there. And I think we can throw her in there. We take that out. And like 0 setup. Oh, let's do a little bit of setup. Oh, let's do a little bit of setup. I want to do some setup. We take her and we put, okay, we already have that on the speed attack. I don't think we need that. We do holy damage, skill damage. I think we can go and do this as well. Speed is all right. We can keep that. We go in there. We have the damage reduction. We have the crit and the crit damage, which is a bit much. Crit is a bit much for that. Single hit. How many hits? Chromatic overflow 6 times. Does this count? We hit all enemies though. That should be alright. Yeah, I think we are set. I put TBB for the consistency. See, we have some support heroes and I think we're just going to throw them in. I think she's honestly going to do insane damage. Because her damage was good before. It was good before. I think now with all of the giant killer that we have, with higher stats, with like decent setup and everything, still not a big fan of how they did this hero, because I think the normal version is just better. But the damage on her, the damage is not bad. Ooh. Those are some juicy hits, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, you have to compare. This is like 13 divine power. That's a 13 divine power hero. The TBB is 15 divine power, S tier, better stats, and everything. So she is pretty much clearing up. I mean, she does have mirror, so that's a little bit equalizing at that point. But we only got like in there for few hits. We didn't even get far. And she already like kind of cleared that very well. We have to test a bit more. There are some interesting things that I want to do with her. And I think she will be in a future video. So definitely worth checking out. Think about what you want to do with this event before you buy any packs. As I said, Luck Relay, by the way, free drop over here. You usually want to make sure that you don't do this event and it's set safe up for anniversary because it is next week. But if you want to do it the correct way, with the safe way. Do your free summons because those are usually good. Some people are not lucky, but usually you get your contract starry back, so that is nice. And then also I would definitely recommend doing the special treasure selection, because if you even pull one treasure off those can be absolutely huge. And as I said, there are some really nice ones in here. So if you pull like, let's say the frame that I showed at the beginning, that's already an insane boost for your damage, so definitely worth it. Other than that, I wish you a great day. Hit that subscribe button, join the SG Hub Discord server down in the description, not only for cheap starry gems, but also because we are going to do a giveaway during anniversary with huge starry gem drops that you can win just by basically being on SG Hub in the way that we usually do the giveaways. Super easy to participate, nothing complicated. And well, an insane amount of starry gems for you if you win. So that will be nice. With that, wish you a great day and we'll see us in the next one.